Hello students, today we will learn about this viewing cells by using microscope and this parts of cell, okay, which is the continuation of lesson number 8, structure and function of cell. Okay, so this cell is a very tiny structure. It's very tiny and then we cannot see them with our naked eyes. So most of the cells need to be viewed under a microscope, compound microscope. Okay, only with the help of this microscope we can view these cells. And then this compound microscope is an optical instrument. I hope you have seen this microscope even in the lab, and even the picture is also given in your textbook also. So this is an optical instrument, okay, by which we can see the enlarged view of small particles or small structures. Okay, and then we normally use this microscope for our studies, okay, to study them, to analyze them, okay, small structures that is inside the cell, so that we can study them. So we use this compound microscope for studying the structures of these cells and other parts of living organisms. Now this compound microscope has two lenses, that is the upper lens and the lower lens. Okay, two lenses, that is upper lens, okay, and lower lens. So upper lens are also called as ocular lens or eyepiece, and lower lens is called the objective lens. Eyepiece is a lens from where we view, and then objective lens, from objective lens we can view the objects. And the objects that we are viewing is called specimen. Okay, specimen means it is the object that is viewed. And to view this one, we have a flat like structure in this microscope that is called the stage. Okay, so stage is a flat plate like. Okay, so it's like just like a plate, and then on that we can keep the specimen, and then you can view it like this. This is just a small example. Now this specimen is usually viewed on a after keeping on a glass light. You will have a glass light like this, and then here we can keep the cells and we can view. So this cell, this is the object that we are viewing. So we call it this one as specimen, and this is the glass slide. So on this slide we will keep our specimen, and then we will keep on this flat like structure called the stage, and from the objective lens we will view, and eyepiece is somewhere up there through which we have to peek. Okay, so this is the structure of this compound microscope. Now while using a microscope, there are some few things that we have to keep in mind. Okay, so the basic steps that we have to remember while viewing through a microscope are, like, the first one is place the slide with specimen on the stage. So the slide, we know the slide, glass slide, okay, and on the glass slide there will be this specimen's place. Suppose this is a glass slide, okay, and then the specimen is here. So this one you have to place on the stage. So stage is a flat plate-like structure that you will see in the microscope. So this is the first step that you have to do while viewing through a microscope. And after that, after placing that one, you have to adjust the focus. Okay, there will be a place there where you have to adjust the focus of both eyepiece and of the lens. So when you adjust this focus, then you will have a clear view. The third one is view the slide through the eyepiece. So we have to view the slide. How? Through the eyepiece. Through eyepiece is on the top. At the top there will be something, okay, that is called the eyepiece. So through the eyepiece we have to view the slide. And there are some few more things that we have to remember. never allow the sunlight to fall on the mirror. Now, mirror is also a part of the microscope. Okay, so at the bottom you will find a mirror. So on that mirror, we should not allow the sunlight to fall directly on the mirror because it might hurt our eyes. And the other one, the next step is always keep both eyes open. Okay, so we have to keep both eyes open when we are viewing through the microscope. So these are some of the few points that we have to remember while using a microscope. Now, next one is like when we view through this microscope, when we view a cell, then we are going to see the different parts of the cell. Okay, so we will study the different parts of cell one by one now. Now we will see the different parts of the cell. Okay, in the last video we have talked about the variations in the cells, like variation in number, size, and shape. Okay, so all these cells they differ in size, like their number is different, their shape is different. But then all these cells, they will have the same structure. They will have similar structure called the generalized structure. Okay, even though they are different in number, they are different in shape, they will all have same structure only. Okay. Now let me draw us a picture of this structure of this cell. Now suppose this is a cell. This is the outermost covering of this cell, and then this is known as cell membrane. Cell membrane or plasma membrane. Now in some cells, suppose in plant cells, you have additional layer outside this cell membrane called cell wall. Okay, we will talk about this one later also, but for now, let us focus on this cell membrane or plasma membrane. This one. Okay, so this one. So this cell membrane, they have some pores or holes. Okay, and then they are selectively permeable. Selectively permeable means they allow some particles, only some particles to pass through this cell membrane. Okay, they will not allow some other particles to come in or go out through this cell membrane. That is why they are referred to as selectively. They are selectively permeable. And then this cell membrane encloses two important parts of the cell, that is the nucleus and cytoplasm. Okay, so this is nucleus, and this the space between these inside this cell is called the cytoplasm. Okay, it encloses this nucleus and cytoplasm. Now this cell membrane, they also protects the cell and then gives shape to the cell. Now let us talk about this cytoplasm. This cytoplasm is transparent and jelly-like material. So this is transparent and jelly-like. Jelly-like means like fluid-like. Okay, it is fluid-like, and then it fills the entire space inside this cell membrane. And all the important metabolic activities like respiration, all this metabolism takes place inside this cytoplasm. Okay, that is why they are also known as functional part of the cell. And in this cytoplasm, you will have so many other organelles, cell organelles like mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, endoplasmic reticulum, all these ribosomes you will find inside this cytoplasm, and then they are called as cell organelles. Okay, all the small structures, the different type of structures that is found inside the cytoplasm is called cell organelles. Now next one is nucleus. Nucleus is known as the brain of the cell. Why? Because they control all the activities that takes place inside the cell. Okay, and then this nucleus is filled with semi-solid particle, semi-solid material. Okay, semi-solid substance called nucleoplasm. cytoplasm. Okay, so semi-solid particles fill up this nucleus and then they are called as nucleoplasm. This nucleus is separated from the cytoplasm. Will have all this nuclear membrane. Okay, they also have a small membrane that separates the nucleus from the cytoplasm. So that membrane is called nuclear membrane. This nuclear membrane is also porous, okay, for the transfer or for the movement of particles. Okay, they also have some small pores here for the movement of particles. Now inside this nucleus you will have a small spherical body. Okay, so inside this nucleus they will have a small spherical structure called the nucleolus. Okay, nucleolus. So it's where do you find this nucleolus? You will find this nucleolus inside this nucleus. Inside this nucleus, again, small spherical structure is there that is called nucleolus. Okay, and then this nucleolus is it contains a network of fibrous substances. Okay, so you will have lots of fibrous material present inside this nucleolus. These fibrous materials are called the chromatin. Okay, and then chromatin is organized. When they become organized, they form these chromosomes. So inside this nucleolus, you will find chromosomes, and then these chromosomes are very important material for all the living organisms because they carry all the information, genetic information from parent cell to the daughter cell. Okay, so from all of us we have different genes, and then we carry this gene from our parents. Okay, so these chromosomes, they are present inside the nucleolus.